Eric, what's your opinion on the government's handling of inflation? Do you believe more regulation or less intervention is the solution?
Yeah, inflation is a result of reckless fiscal policy and over-regulation. Anything the government touches, it destroys, it ruins. It can't even run the postal department. It's been running a massive deficit for how many years? They don't know how to run business. These are people that take taxpayer dollars. They don't generate dollars. They take from someone that does generate. They tax you every single place in the world. Your property gets taxed. Your income gets taxed. You get taxed on your groceries, taxed on goods you buy. There's a tax everywhere. Then you get taxed on the income that you make. And this circle goes over and over and over again. The government doesn't need more control. They need discipline. If people in politics ran government like a business, they'd either be bankrupt or they would be successful. But you can't have both. You can only have one. We need less intervention and more accountability. The market should be allowed to self-correct without this heavy sort of burden of government choking innovation and progress at every turn. More regulation is not the answer. And if you look at countries like Dubai, really interesting. I was just recently in Dubai with you. How clean were the streets there? How much crime did you see? No crime. You could literally put this Rolex right here. This is a $60,000 watch. You could set this watch on a street corner and it will be there when you come back to pick it up. Where in the world is that possible? Now that is a country where there's not that much regulation and it's clean. The citizens are amazing. There's no crime. There's a high standard to live there. But that is a prime example of what free market actually looks like. When you tap into your own resources and you create and you innovate, and you don't have this government sort of gripping at every turn, you can just see what a free market might actually look like. Now, I'm not saying that that's the best setup in the world. I'm just saying politically sort of speaking and in connection to sort of our framework now, we have so much infrastructure disappearing fast. It's denigrating quick, right? As our deficit just rises faster and faster. Now inflation is sort of being pounded, I think on purpose, into Americans. Listen, the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of the world just happened through COVID and no one even realized it. The 1% just took it all. And a lot of people like me did really good during COVID. A lot of the assets that I had just inflated massively in value. A lot of the partnership valuations that I have just inflated in value because we had a lot of raw assets in the right places. So I was one of the big beneficiaries of that process. But not everyone is in our position. In fact, I'm one of the rare cases. The truth is just when you compare, like, what is the best way to run a government? Government, as Ronald Reagan said, is not the solution to the problem. It is the problem. Really, I think going back to sort of Dubai as a prime example of a country that is a prime example of what can happen in a very short period of time when you just let the free market pick the winners and the losers. There it is. It's right there. Go see the city yourself if you don't believe me. It makes Las Vegas, New York, and LA look like little crack towns. That's free market working. That's my point. That's what the free market looks like when you don't pick the winners and losers in government, when you just let it work.